Hi guys, from this month's BBC Good Food magazine, I made this simple but delicious halloumi curry with coconut sambal. Real fusion cooking here, using Greek halloumi instead of traditional Indian paneer. I really think you should try it. Start off by making the sambal by adding 150 grams of desiccated coconut to a food processor. Add 1 clove of garlic. Take a lime and finely grate the zest of about half of it into the food processor as well. Then add the juice of said lime. Add a small handful of coriander leaves, maybe a bit more than that. Attach the lid and then blitz until it's really chopped up really well and it's all nice and evenly combined. Then transfer it to a serving bowl and set it aside until serving. To make the curry, take 2 225 gram blocks of halloumi, remove them from their packaging and damp them down with a dry cloth to get rid of any excess water. Then chop them up into 1 centimeter cubes and then transfer them to a bowl. Next, take 2 red peppers and really roughly chop them up. Then take 2 red onions and roughly chop those up as well. Just peel them first. Then add the onion to a bowl with the peppers because they'll both be added to the pan at the same time. Now place a large frying pan over a high heat and add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Once the oil is good and hot, then add the cubes of halloumi and stir fry for 5 to 7 minutes or until all the cubes are nice and golden brown. First though, more liquid will leach out of the cheese and all that has to evaporate off before it starts to brown, so just take that into account. It might take longer than 7 minutes, but if it does, just stick at it until it goes nice and golden brown. As the cheese is browning, go ahead and take 6 cloves of garlic and chop them up. This garlic is for the sauce, and don't worry about getting it too finely chopped because the entire sauce is going to be blitzed up in the food processor, so go easy on yourself. Once the cheese is nice and brown, go ahead and take it off the heat and transfer it to a plate and set it aside until later. The interesting thing about halloumi cheese is that when it's cooked, it doesn't melt at all, it just gains a nice golden kind of crust. Then return the pan to the heat. Add 2 more tablespoons of olive oil. Once it's nice and hot, go in with your garlic and stir fry for just a few minutes until it starts to go golden. Don't let it go too dark though, because burnt garlic really tastes so harsh and gross. Next, add the peppers and onions. Give them a quick stir and add a half teaspoon of salt. Then cook until the veg is really nice and soft. This should take about 10 minutes. In the meantime, you'll need to zest a lemon. And go ahead and cut it in half now because you'll need the juice later. So once the veg have been cooking for 10 minutes and they're really nice and soft, go in with that lemon zest and squeeze in the juice. Add about half a teaspoon of ground turmeric and a half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Stir fry everything together for just a couple of minutes before you add 300 milliliters of water. Stir that all up and then let it cook for 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, it should be looking all really nice and jammy, so go ahead and transfer it to a food processor. And no, I didn't clean this from earlier, I don't think it really mattered, and it didn't. Then blitz it up until it's a nice thick paste. Transfer it back to the frying pan and back to the heat. Pile in the cooked halloumi and just stir through until the halloumi is warmed through. If it's looking a little dry like mine was, you can add a little splash of water just to loosen it. Then transfer it to a serving bowl. Scatter over some coriander leaves and some lemon wedges. Serve with some boiled basmati rice and the coconut sambal from earlier. Then just plate up and give it a good squeeze of lemon juice before you dig in and enjoy. Thanks a million for watching, guys. I really hope you liked this recipe. If you did, be sure to give the video a like and subscribe below. You can check me out on social media if you like. You'll find all the links to my accounts in the description, as well as the link to my blog where you'll find this full recipe at www.rookiecook.org.